Hello, today I'm going to talk about the flute and another member of the flute family. So the flute is a winged instrument because we blow down it with our breath. We can also say it's a member of the woodwind family because some flutes are made of wood and certainly the first flutes were made of wood. So let's have a look at my flute. So here's a picture of it. I'll put it up there and we're gradually going to label it as we talk about the flute. So here it is, my flute. So my flute isn't made of wood. A lot of flutes nowadays are made of metal, and if you think about the jewellery some people might wear, it's that type of metal. Any ideas? Well, you'd be correct if you're thinking of silver. This is made of silver, and you can get other flutes, some that are made of gold if you're very rich as well, and still some people prefer to play using a wooden flute as well. The keys tend to be made of metal still, because of the sound quality you get from them differs. But on a metal flute the sound we get is a brighter sound, so lots of people prefer them these days. So let me go through the different parts of the flute. So it's a bit like a person here, in fact a king or queen, an important person. So we've got three parts. This is the first. This is the head joint. So we'll put that this end. So the head joint has at the top a crown. And so we pop that there. And then we have a lip plate here. And this is where we place our chin in order that we can then blow our flute. So lip plate. And inside the lip plate is a blowhole. A bit like a whale has a blowhole. Well, we have a blowhole with our lip plate. So let me show you. So this wider part here is where we place our chin. Now as we blow across, the breath of the air hits the side of the hole and it vibrates inside the tube. And that vibration goes all the way down the tube, it comes out this end and it also travels all the way back to here, it comes out the blowhole again. So I can alter the pitch of this by putting my hand on the end. Or I can roll the head joint too. So the next part of our flute is the body. So we'll put that on our picture. So the middle section here is the body. And then the last section is the foot joint. So unlike us, we have 2 feet. This one has just the 1 foot at the very bottom. Now if you look behind, these are keys. You have lots of holes on the flute which make our different pitches, so we can play more than 1 note. Now our fingers are too small to cover those holes without use of these keys, because the holes are very big, if we place our smaller fingers on the keys, it means the holes are covered. Now if I cover all of the holes, it becomes a long tube and the pitch will be the lowest. Have a listen. Now if I uncover these holes, we get the highest pitch because we have a shorter tube length before the air can come out of the holes. And I can also, on flute, make some higher notes by the way that I blow. So if I blow faster airflow down the flute, I can create faster air waves and they make the pitch go higher. And a lot of flute music is actually played high up so that it's heard, because otherwise it tends to be one of the quieter instruments in a band or orchestra. Now if we want to play some really high notes, we have something here called a piccolo. So this is the second most common flute family member. Our piccolo is there. Now they can be made of silver again, or they can be made of wood or plastic. So if I cover all these holes, again it's got the same number of keys, apart from one at the very end is missing compared to the flute, but it's exactly half the size of our flute. And it plays 8 notes higher. So if we're playing lots of very high notes, we can switch to a piccolo. And that is heard well above all the other instruments in an orchestra and marching band as well. So I'm going to finish by playing something on the flute. Let's see if you recognise this one. So if you guessed how far I'll go from Moana, you would have been correct. So that ends my little talk on the 2 types of main flutes that we have in that family. Bye for now.